So this is my first day in the Camino de Santiago. As my first day, I got lost. I had to take a little path that took me another 20 minutes. God, I have to learn these things. I'm getting used to it back because it's quite heavy. So far so good. It's gonna be a long ride. I still remember the last 10 kilometers to get to Santiago de Compostela. I started crying when I left that last shelter. I knew it was going to be the last day of walking, with my backpack, my shoes, and my thoughts. Soon, I will reach the destination that had only existed as an imagined distant place in my head. One day, I decided to go for a walk. I prepared everything from 1 week to the next one, with a lot of fear and excitement, carrying a backpack loaded with things and many others I was carrying on my head from years. I remember leaving on the first day from Seville through the Camino Via de la Plata. It was only 22 kilometers, I thought. Naively, and with a huge ego, I told myself that I would reach my first stage in 4 hours. I arrived 8 hours later, not even sure how I managed it. My mind was focused only on the physical pain of carrying a backpack that surely weighed more than 7 kilograms, and my feet that could barely take another step. This pattern continued for over a week, with each stage presenting new different pains: back aches, leg pain, knee troubles, blisters. But despite the hardships, my body kept pushing forward. Although the pain never ceased, not even on the last day, but somehow my remarkable body started to respond and helped me to continue walking, especially after a good sleep, food, and bathing. I found it incredible how resilient the body can be. The journey taught me valuable lessons. I encountered people unexpectedly that felt like family, and just as unexpectedly, we had to part ways. This separation was the most profound pain I experienced during my entire journey, but it was also part of the Camino, as well as in life. Some people come to show us something we need to see or learn, or encourage us, to give a piece of them to our hearts. I learned to let go and leave behind not essential things, realizing that in life I don't need much, and what I do have is already enough. Those simple pleasures like a delicious food, a hot bath, and a place to sleep became the greatest luxuries in my life that filled me with immense gratitude. And sometimes I found myself crying sharing these moments with my newfound little family. But when we have to part ways, I decided to continue walking alone. With a stronger body, I challenged myself a little more every day. I learned to rise early, pack my backpack quickly, and set out at dawn. I discovered that in the moments when your body and mind are pushed to the limit, the pain turns into love. And it's a true love I felt for all those who accompanied me in my thoughts, as well as for nature. Jorge, an expert and my dearest friend of the Camino, taught me to see God in everything. And indeed, I learned to see God in every sunrise, in animals, in nature, and in each one of us when we give ourselves to others. I still remember that last day when I cried with nostalgia and happiness, fearing that I might lose the treasure I found within myself when the time to return home came. But I always have to remind myself that the Camino does not end in Santiago. The Camino starts in Santiago de Compostela. Buen camino.